They laughed at you today. They made you feel small. They made you question your worth. But before we go any further, take 1 second to like this video and subscribe to the channel, because one day, when you rise, this story will remind you where it all began. The insult didn't just hurt, it echoed. It stayed with you long after everyone went home, long after the room went quiet. You smiled in front of them, pretended it didn't matter. But inside, something cracked. Maybe it was a teacher who said, "You're not smart enough." Maybe it was a boss who whispered, "You're replaceable." Maybe it was someone you loved who looked at you and said, "You'll never be anything." Those words don't disappear. They sink. They settle deep inside your chest and replay themselves at 2 a.m. when the world is asleep, but your doubts are wide awake. And for a moment, just a moment, you believed them. You started walking a little slower, talking a little softer, dreaming a little smaller. Because when someone insults you, it doesn't just attack your present, it tries to steal your future. But here's what they don't understand. An insult is a seed. And seeds don't look powerful when they're buried. They look forgotten, covered in dirt, hidden in darkness. But underground, something is happening. Every time they doubted you, you felt the sting. Every time they dismissed you, you felt the burn. Every time they laughed, you felt the fire, and that fire started turning into fuel. You didn't announce your plans. You didn't argue. You didn't try to prove them wrong with words. You went quiet, not because you were weak, but because you were building. While they were talking, you were learning. While they were mocking, you were improving. While they were sleeping, you were working. At first, progress was invisible, slow, frustrating. There were days you wanted to quit. Days the insult replayed so loudly that it almost convinced you to give up. You questioned yourself. You compared yourself. You wondered if maybe they were right. But something inside you refused to die. It was small, fragile, but stubborn. A whisper that said, "Keep going." So you kept going. You failed. You tried again. You failed harder. You tried smarter. You started changing in ways no one noticed. Your mindset sharpened. Your discipline strengthened. Your pain matured into purpose. And then one day, not suddenly, not magically, but steadily, things began to shift. Opportunities started appearing. Skills started shining. Confidence started returning. The same people who once doubted you began asking questions. How did you do it? When did you get so good? Why didn't you tell us you were working on this? They didn't see the nights you cried. They didn't see the mornings you forced yourself to continue. They didn't see the battle between your fear and your faith. But you did, and that's why the crown fits. Because the crown isn't gold, it isn't fame, it isn't applause. The crown is the moment you look back at that insult, and it no longer hurts. It becomes a memory, a lesson, a turning point. You realize that the words meant to break you were the very thing that built you. If they hadn't doubted you, maybe you wouldn't have pushed so hard. If they hadn't insulted you, maybe you wouldn't have discovered your strength. If they hadn't laughed, maybe you wouldn't have become unstoppable. The insult that broke you today, it's shaping the leader you'll become tomorrow. So don't rush to prove anyone wrong. Let your growth do it. Let your results speak. Let your silence confuse them. Because one day, the same world that underestimated you will stand up for you. And when they place that invisible crown on your head, you'll understand something powerful. You were never too small. You were never too weak. You were never not enough. You were just becoming. And the insult? It was never your ending. It was your beginning. They were never there the day you almost gave up. They didn't see you staring at the ceiling, wondering if all the effort was pointless. They didn't hear the conversations inside your mind, the argument between the voice that said, "Quit now," and the quieter one that whispered, "Just one more try." That whisper saved you. Not once, not twice, but again and again. Because growth doesn't happen in applause, it happens in isolation, in the moments when nobody claps, when nobody believes, when nobody even notices. You kept showing up, even when results were invisible, even when progress felt painfully slow, even when the insult still echoed. At first you worked to prove them wrong, but something changed along the way. You stopped chasing their approval. You stopped imagining their reaction. You stopped rehearsing the moment you would finally say, "See, I told you." Instead, you began working for something deeper, for yourself. You started waking up earlier, not because someone forced you, but because your future demanded it. You learned new skills while others wasted time. You read books that stretched your thinking. You trained your mind to stay focused when distractions tried to pull you back. And slowly, something powerful happened. The pain that once crushed you began strengthening you. You realized that the insult wasn't just about what they said, it was about what you believed. And belief can be rewritten. So you rewrote it. From, "I'm not good enough," to, "I'm not there yet." From, "I can't do this," to, "I'm learning how." From, "Maybe they're right," to, "Watch me." That shift changed everything. You started seeing failure differently. Instead of shame, you saw feedback. Instead of embarrassment, you saw education. Instead of stopping, you adjusted. Every setback became training. You fell. You analyzed. You improved. You rose again. Meanwhile, the world kept moving. The same people who insulted you found new topics, new targets, new conversations. They forgot the words they once used to wound you. But you didn't forget. You transformed them. They became reminders, fuel, a quiet fire that kept burning even on the coldest days. Years passed. And one day, you walked into a room very similar to the one where you were once humiliated. But this time the atmosphere felt different. Heads turned. Not because you were loud, not because you demanded attention, but because your presence carried weight, confidence, calm, clarity. The same people who once dismissed you now respected you. Some even admired you. A few pretended they always believed in you. You didn't argue. You didn't remind them. You didn't expose them. Because by then, you understood something powerful. Success doesn't need revenge. It needs consistency. You had become so focused on growth that their opinions no longer defined you. Their words had lost power. And then it happened. The real crowning moment. It wasn't on a stage. It wasn't in front of cameras. It wasn't even public. It was private. You looked at yourself in the mirror one morning and felt something you hadn't felt in years. Pride, not arrogance, not ego, but earned pride. You remembered the broken version of yourself, the one who almost believed the insult, the one who felt small, the one who doubted, and you smiled. Because you didn't just achieve something, you became someone, stronger, wiser, unshakable. And that's when you truly understood the meaning of being crowned. The crown isn't given by people, it's built by endurance. It's forged in rejection, polished in discipline, strengthened in silence. The insult that broke you didn't destroy you. It revealed you. It revealed your resilience, your hunger, your depth. Without it, maybe you would have stayed comfortable. Maybe you would have settled. Maybe you would have never discovered how powerful you could become. Pain has a strange way of introducing us to our potential. And now, standing where you once dreamed of standing, you don't feel anger toward those who hurt you. You feel gratitude, because they unintentionally pushed you into growth. They unknowingly activated a version of you that was waiting to rise. And here's the truth most people never understand. The world will test you before it trusts you. It will doubt you before it celebrates you. It will ignore you before it applauds you. Your job isn't to control their reaction. Your job is to control your response. When someone insults you today, you have two choices. You can shrink, or you can sharpen. You can quit, or you can commit. You can believe their limitation, or you can build your own vision. The crown of tomorrow is built in the brokenness of today. So if you're hurting right now, if someone's words are replaying in your mind, if you feel underestimated, overlooked, or unseen, remember this. You are in the underground phase. Seeds grow in darkness. Diamonds form under pressure. Legends are built in silence. Don't rush the process. Don't beg for validation. Don't waste energy trying to explain your worth to people who already decided not to see it. Work. Grow. Elevate. Let your improvement be so undeniable that it silences every doubt without you saying a word. And one day, when the results are visible, when your confidence is steady, when your life reflects discipline instead of pain, you'll realize something beautiful. The insult didn't break you. It introduced you to your strength. It didn't end your story. It started your transformation. So stand tall. Keep building. Keep believing. Because the same moment that feels like humiliation today will feel like destiny tomorrow. And when that crown finally rests on your head, you won't wear it for them. You'll wear it for the version of you who refused to give up, the version who cried but continued, the version who doubted but tried again, the version who was broken but chose to build. And that is the most powerful victory of all.